and welcome back to this week's episode of Biology Talk, live. I'm your host, Victoria Benzimo. Today's discussion topic is genetic mutations. Our first special guest joining us today comes all the way from West Virginia. He is a recent West Virginia high school graduate and is headed to Purdue University in Lafayette, Indiana, to study genetics. What a long drive. Everyone please welcome Josh.
Well, hey there, everyone.
Thank you for coming, Josh.
Thank you for having me. I love talking about genetics. There's so much involved. What are we going to be talking about today?
Today we'll be talking about genetic mutations.
Well, I'll be darned. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that subject.
But you just said you love talking about genetics.
That is the only thing I've not learned about genetics. But maybe you could teach me.
Well, I guess I can teach you a little bit before our next guest comes out. First off, the definition of a genetic mutation is any event that changes genetic structure. Your genetic structure is your DNA, which stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, which is a big fancy word that basically means what makes you the unique you that you are. It determines that you, Josh, have brown hair and blue eyes. You get the genes that make up your DNA from your parents during sexual reproduction. When their gametes meet up, the 26 chromosomes that come from the mom match up with the 26 chromosomes that come from the father. Sometimes there can be mutation that occurs that causes an extra chromosome, a missing chromosome, or a switched chromosome. The technical terms for the mistakes are called insertions, which is where an extra is added, a deletion, which is where one is taken away, or an inversion, in which a section of the genes in the structure are reversed. These are only a few of many.
Wow, that's a lot of really cool and kind of confusing information. Thank you, Victoria. But what happens to the organism when a mutation occurs?
We will get to that when our next guest comes out here for a new game. She is from good old California, and she, hopefully, knows a little bit more about mutations than Josh does, considering she studies them for a living. Everyone, please welcome our next guest, Gloria.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Now let's get on with the game, because I'm ready to win.
All right. Well then, this game is called What Genetic Mutation Is That? How the game works is a picture will flash up on the screen showing someone who lives with a genetic mutation. You two will both have buzzers. Whoever thinks they know what the mutation is will hit their buzzer and say the name and give a brief explanation about it if they know it. If they can't give an explanation, they lose the point and I will give the description. You guys ready?
Born ready.
Sure, what is the worst that could happen?
Okay, here's the first picture in 3, 2, 1.
It is progeria. Progeria is a rare genetic disorder of childhood that is characterized by a rapid onset of the physical changes typically of old age, usually resulting in death before the age of 20, also called Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome. It is caused by a mutation of the protein lamin A, which results in misshapen nucleus.
Wow, yes, that is actually the exact definition I have on my card from Bing.com. That is a point for Gloria. Okay, next one in 3, 2.
That is Down syndrome. I know that because my brother has it, but I didn't know that it was caused by a genetic mutation. Can you explain it a little bit for me?
Well, of course. Down syndrome, sometimes referred to as Downs, is the most common cause of mental retardation and malformation in a newborn. It occurs because of the presence of an extra chromosome. Down syndrome occurs about once in every 800 births. It is estimated that about 6,000 children are born with Down syndrome each year in the United States. That definition comes from Bing.com. It is often characterized by a flat face, small ears, slanting eyes, and a small mouth.
This sounds just like how my mom told me a long time ago that's what he had, but I never thought about it much more.
And you say that you study genetics. Wow. All right, ready for our next and final picture of the night?
Ready? So ready, yeah!
Oh yeah, I guess I'm ready.
Okay then. Gloria has 2 points and Josh has none. The last question is worth 10 points. Get this and you win a car. Hands over buzzers? Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Sickle cell! It's sickle cell! It's sickle cell! It's an inherited blood disorder where instead of your blood cells looking like a big inner tube with no hole in the middle, they look like crescent moons. It's caused by someone being homogeneous for the gene controlling hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in your blood. It's characterized by irritability, fatigue, infections, and vision problems.
That is correct, Gloria. You win a car.
Yes!
Josh, for being on the show, you win $1. Do with it what you will. For the folks watching on the big screen, thank you for tuning into this episode of Biology Talk live. Make sure to watch next week when we discuss natural selection with special guests Eric and Erica. See you next week, everybody.